percentage of people who are like, when they say 1% of earners on all that kind of stuff, there's like certain thresholds and stuff. Like, oh, if you're earning this, you're in that percentile. And it's like, obviously when you see people, you don't know what's what. You don't know like who has what, because of course when it comes to money, I don't think it's not as a hard conversation, but I think people don't really
talk about
talk about it. But another thing, like I was telling Ben and I was telling you as well, the film I was talking about. Yeah. When did it come out? Keeping Up with the Joneses. I think it came out like, it's an old film, innit?
Yeah.
And when I was watching this, like, so basically what it is like, they're kind of like influences. So it's like this, it's like a family. So it's like the mum, the dad, like the girl, the guy. They're like a family. So they've been put together to more or less sell, like it's not like, how can I put it, to sell stuff in essence, but in a way like you got to influence people to spending it.
Yeah.
It goes back to the whole psychology of, because I think even the term keeping up with the Joneses was from like the 1950s, and it basically means that it's a way for people to, I could be not saying it wrong, but it's a way for people to compete amongst each other in terms of, okay, who's got what, let's see who can get the best thing. And it's like that kind of drive. Well, in this film it was more so on the vibe of like, okay, look, it's marketing. We wanna, you guys go out there, sell these products, and that can be from cars, hair products, whatever it may be. But it's like every family member has a different like category. So like the dad, his thing was more like, okay, like golf and So it's like trying to sell a life. It's basically selling a lifestyle, innit?
Yeah.
And the mum was all stuff like with hair products,
like
and homeware, and I think the kids were like, they were in in school, in high school as they call it, innit?
Yeah.
So that's sell stuff related to that.
Yeah.
So like, it's an interesting film actually. But even when I was watching it, cool, it's all fun and games, you know. Like obviously they all, you know, you see the family next door. All right, the dad's into his golf. You know, he got the lifestyle. He goes to the golf golf club like on I don't know, on weekends while the mum's doing what she needs to do. The kids are at school. You know, he's driving a fancy whip. So I remember in the film, yeah. So the marketing company, they said, okay, listen, we need to spruce something up a bit. So okay, we're gonna get you the latest at the Audi R8 at the time, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously the dad's got the R8 now, and the neighbor's like, okay, like, that's you're like you're
doing well.
You're the man sort of thing, innit?
Yeah.
And then
living a lavish life.
and the thing is, like, I think the neighbors, I won't say they were. I don't know if they were poor, because it was quite like a suburban neighborhood.
Yeah. But that's what happens, isn't it? I think no, they had money.
Yeah.
They had money. I think to live in that area,
Yeah.
you have to be of a certain income.
Yeah, so like they had the money, and then I think what happened was, it's like the neighbor is seeing the family, the dad or the family, they're doing up life. They live in a life. They live in life. So I think he kind of wanted to, you know, okay, cool. I'm living life too. Like, so I think he like got a new car. I think he got a similar car as well. Innit?
Yeah.
Cool, flexing, doing his thing. Like, anyway, long story short, like I think from the outside looking in, yeah, he's looks like he's doing his thing. He's like flexing too, got the nice car too. But behind closed doors, he's in mad debt.
He's in there.
He's in mad, like, when I mean mad debt, so like up to his eyeballs in debt, well, figuratively. And so the missus, I think one day she must have come home, or I don't know, maybe she woke up, I think one morning, was going downstairs to the kitchen, seeing all these like papers of credit cards and just different types of debt. And then the guy is basically laid, he's flat out in the pool, in it. So I think he killed himself, in it.
Yeah, I think he committed suicide.
And it's crazy because when the family found out, so the influence family, and there was like, and the dad was like, listen, I can't lie, I'm not in it no more. He's like, I'm out. And the family telling him, say, listen, let's get out of it, because they're gonna know we're fraudulent. But I think that's when he thought, you know what, this is too much.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, because if the guy was still alive, he would have known, actually, you're not even, you're just a salesperson. You know what I'm trying to say? But the thing out of that is that, like, that's just real life as well. Oh yeah, it's a film, but it's real life in a sense where that's what people are doing on a daily basis. You see people with different things, or everyone's doing lives, and then you can admire things, but then you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know what that person's doing or has done to get what they have, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
But because you feel like, I want to be part of that too. Like, and it's always like it's never about the things that you need. It's like a psychological thing. Like, lifestyle isn't about practicality. Okay, I need this. Yeah, you don't need a car. or that particular car, but it's the, okay, this car promotes some sort of affluence. It promotes, or like
Yeah.
I'm that guy sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're buying. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
that's with anything, with all influence, whether you're buying, even with cars or a item or clothing, you're buying, not all the time, but in essence, in some cases, you're buying like what that brings in. And I feel like everyone's not everyone, but some people like to do lifestyle, but someone who's seen that person doing lifestyle, you don't know how they get in there, how they've done it, and you're just so consumed by that. You're trying to do it to live above your means, and before you know, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You're in mad debt, bro. Like, listen, it's not a joke, man. Debt, yeah, I'm telling you. Like, usually, like, I don't. Me personally, when I think of money and mental health, it's like, nah, it's not. How would it too limit? But then because money is something that, yeah, we can, whether however big or small it is, that's it within your control. So if you decide to go and spunk your money on whatever, that's no one's business. That's
Yeah, it's up to you.
what I'm
Innit?
trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I still feel like maybe that's why when it comes to when people are in some sort of debt or financial struggle, listen, maybe it's hard to talk about because it's like, right, okay, like things are hard. But that's why I feel like you should just know your limitations, man. Know your
Yeah.
limitations.
Yeah. It's a difficult one because I think we grow up what like wanting to compete. Well, especially as a guy anyway. It's like as a guy amongst your peers, it's always a competition, whether it's sports, whether it's the team you support is doing. Yeah, it's always like you're always trying to get one up over the next person. Do you know what I mean? So I think naturally that then translates to, okay, well, I'm earning a certain amount of money. I can afford X amount of things, and then it just doesn't help that with the rap culture, a lot of people being influenced by the image. Okay, yeah, you got the chains, you got this, and everyone's stunting. But yeah, it's difficult, man. Like you said, you just got to stay in your lane. But I think it will never stop. I think I think it just translates all stages of your life, wanting to impress people, and it's something you got to get out of the habit of trying to do.
Yeah,
Because that's how you get caught up in the rat race.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot more common in high school for people to compare other people based on who they're friends with or the clothes that they're wearing. Because obviously, when you're in high school, you're obviously around other people, so there's a certain expectation that you have to be a better version of yourself, or you have to be someone that you're not. But obviously, not everyone is gonna want you for you, but they want you for what you wear or how much money you have. So
Yeah,
it's just the same thing in a way. But obviously, as you get older, you kind of begin to realize that wasn't you. That was someone else trying to paint an image of who they should be. So yeah, I think just don't compare yourself with someone. Comparison is a thief of joy. That's a good saying.
yeah,
But it's crazy though, because like I feel like I don't know about you guys, but I think for me sometimes I've been in that, not so much now, but I think when I was younger, especially at uni, it's like, nah, like I wanna like be like that guy. When I say that guy, I don't mean like, oh, I'm just trying to like buy this and buy that. But at uni, listen, no one had money. We're just using our student loans.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But it's like I want to feel like I'm, you know what I
yeah,
mean. So it's like
yeah,
you're not thinking. I remember one time in uni, I must have like took out £300 from the cash point, innit?
yeah,
Out of this out of my overdraft, yeah. And I was going to a party, yeah, but I don't know. I thought, okay, I was kind of like wanted to flex a bit, like, yeah, listen, I've got £300, but like when I look back now, I'm like, bro, that was out of my overdraft. It's not even my money, bro. You know what I mean, but it's like, but I didn't care, and it's
yeah,
like, and I felt like, of course, like the thing is, it's kind of as a norm as a student, it's the norm to like, I would say, quote unquote, be broke in it. Do you know what I mean? Because you're a
yeah,
student, you're doing what? Like I had no sense of money management whatsoever. And it was so mad, literally. It was so bad to the point. I remember my mum would give me like, one time she gave me like £40 for food shopping.
yeah,
I spent that on Domino's.
yeah,
Because I remember at the time we invited people around to the apartment. I wanted to flex. Yeah, listen. I was order pizza, ordered like 4 boxes. like, I'm thinking, bro. After that was peak. So I had no money left.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like when you're younger, you want to do. And listen, I'm not gonna lie. This isn't getting a cat anyway. I remember like I was so gassed because we used to see like some people in Union like nah they used to have all the nice clothes, and then back then it was more like the Ralph. Like,
Yeah, but you know what the thing? That's why they say you shouldn't chase money because there's levels,
Yeah.
and no matter how much money, there's no amount of money, like they say, there's no amount of money that's gonna make you happy because there's always gonna be someone who's got more money than you. So really, there's no such thing as stunt. Like yeah, you can't really. Okay, yeah, people will always earn less than you. If you earn more than someone, okay, it's not really good to. Yes, you can stunt on them, but there's always someone who can stunt on you. You're never going to be the person with the most money.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Because, like, for example, like at my son's school, like there's levels to how much people earn. You know, for like people are having like birthday, very simple. People are having birthday parties, yeah, and they're all renting out like soft play areas and stuff. It's like £500.
what's that? What's area?
It's like a soft play. So
What's that?
It's just like apparatus and like balls and slides and tunnels, but it's all like foamy, so the kids can run around on
Yeah.
trampoline and like all these venues, and they provide food and whatnot. You're looking at 500, 600, £700, and everyone's been doing it like every year for their kids, and then everyone's paying to buy gifts. So when it's your turn now, when it's your son's birthday, you feel obligated because you've been invited to so many birthday parties and everyone's doing the same thing. You don't want to be that person now to be like, yeah, it's your birthday, but you're not even doing anything. You're just going to keep it to the family when everyone else is inviting kids. You know what I mean? So you always feel like, oh, I've got to do the same. Do you know what I mean? And everyone, it's literally, it's year on year. Okay, yeah, soft play is this or it's this or we're going here. And again, you always feel like it's not competing, but again, if you haven't got money or if you haven't got that excess money, it can become a struggle. Because you're constantly feeling like, oh, okay, but if that's what everyone else is doing, you have to do the same. And if your child is going to all these birthday parties, they're thinking about, oh, okay, well, on my birthday, I'm gonna do this. Can we go here? Can we go? And it's like, but you don't really want to say no. So I've seen a lot of things since he's like started like reception. I've seen a lot of things where like, okay, then you go to people's houses. Okay, every half term there's some people going away. Every half term, like taking trips, and you're like, oh yeah, you're going away. And like, oh, nah, just keeping it local. But there's people who can go away like every half term, and it's like, okay, well, 2.5, 3 grand every time, because you know where they're going. So again, yes, you could be doing well, but there's always going to be someone doing better.
Yeah, but this is why I say limitations, because even it was always limitations when we was younger, growing up, and seeing people have the latest of this. Like I remember just quickly, in college, yeah, I used to be not envious, but I used to be so like, oh, I wish I can get a night jacket one day. And those jackets were expensive, they were £90 at the time. Like, and I was like, bro, I can't afford that.
Well, like the Wenger ones.
No, like the kind of like Nike. No, it was Nike. The Nike puffer jackets and Ed Hardy. I used to keep my head up. I'm like, even though like when I look back now, it's like I feel like it's just doesn't really look nice.
Yeah.
But that was what was in at the time, and I was like, you know what, I couldn't even afford. Like, I guess maybe I could have went to my mum and said, oh, listen, I want this. But it was always like a thing of like the separation of those are the guys, because they have that like £90 on a t-shirt. And you're in college, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we were only going Primark, bro. Like, £90 on a t-shirt, bro.
Because I don't think really Zara were the thing right then, no? Was Zara
for us was I don't remember it was
Primark,
Sports Direct, MN,
Lily Whites.
Yeah, Lily White. That was again. We were just that's what we could do.
Zara was about
and H&M.
Zara was about. Remember when we got the EMA bonus and everyone touched West End.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, no.
Everyone
Actually reminded me of something. Like you
JD
see,
Sports.
you see, I think I actually remember when I did buy Jordans. Like I remember when there was an event called Crep City. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's just like
Oh,
No.
it's like a trainer event.
Mm.
So people go and buy trainers. So like they trade Nike trainers if it's Jordans
Yeah.
or Air Max ones or 90s for a certain price. And obviously, I remember I went with one of my cousins and I bought a pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
And instantly, I think a few years I kind of like regretted buying it, you know, in a way, because
Yeah.
I do admit that I just wanted to wear it to look good, you know. But
Mm.
that's
obviously,
it.
you know, I think there's a phrase that people call it. I think it's called hype beast.
Yeah, yeah,
So
habits, yeah.
it's a term. So I think it's a term to describe uh, a boy that buys expensive like brands, so you can tell instantly that this guy is a hype beast guy.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But no, you know, look, there's you just gotta know what you want in life. You gotta get your priorities straight.
Yeah.
There's no point flexing and when really you're broke.
Mm.
But again, I just think it's like it's a poverty mindset. I think like when you've come from nothing, you always
Mm.
just wanna like okay,
Like
no,
you, like
yeah.
you feel like okay, no, I need to prove. You know what? Like we really came out like, I need to prove that I've arrived. Like I've
Yeah.
really made it at something. And do you know what it is though? Like, because I think it's important you said that because it all starts with how, like, how can I put it? Explain it. Yeah, like. For example, with me, yeah, like when we grew up, I won't say we lacked but it wasn't like we was like just living mad lavishly, like.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why I've never really been like so driven by I need to get this and to get that. No, here and there, nice stuff, but
Yeah.
it was never so like extreme in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've never had that urge to prove like, you know what, yeah, I've arrived. Like I remember, bro, when I was younger, me and my sister, we didn't even have our own room. I remember when the first time we got a bunk bed. Yeah, I was excited. Like, yo, I've got my own. I got my own bed now. I was excited. Like, and that was great. I remember even when we moved to a bigger place, I was even excited. Then I was like, yeah, I've got my own room now. Like, but I never felt like even at this age, I don't feel like I need to. Don't get me wrong. When you're like, don't get me wrong. Let me not lie. I feel like when you're, let's just say for example, when I was like first, you know, when you get your first job out of uni and stuff, and you know, it's just you're on like calm money, and then when you start to earn a bit more, of course, it feels
Yeah,
good. I'm not gonna,
feels good, yeah,
but
sure.
I've never had that. Okay, you know what? Nah, I'm an X amount more. Okay, you know what? I'm going Harris today.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's it. You know.
it's never been that. It's never been that for me. I've just been, you know, okay, cool. Like, and especially, I'm not gonna sound like one of them financial experts, but now I'm like, you know, okay, cool. Okay, how much can I stash away? What can we invest? So,
Yeah.
but that's only up in the past 2 years I've been thinking like that.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that I've never really been that way because of how we've been, and also me personally, I don't want to feel crippled by debt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's like my worst fears. Like when not only that, it's like when I obviously maybe not so much now, but when I have people that need to depend on me and I'm up to my eyeballs on debt. But I'm telling you, these things can affect you mentally. People don't understand, bro. That's what I'm saying. Limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And even like with just actually what I was gonna say before, once you said it, I think it's like that classic, not a cliche, but it's like you always want what you can't have. But then when you're in a position to have what you wanted, you don't want it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So when you don't have it, when you don't have the means to get something, you want it even more. But when you have the means, it's like, okay, actually I don't want it. So you always aspire for something that's out of reach. But when it is in reach, you don't really go for it.
Mm.
Because then it's like, oh, by the time you get to that place, that, oh, do I really want it? Well, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah, and I also think the culture can play a role as well. So like,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, certain influencers will post a certain image of a bag or shoes. Like, people would want it, but they don't actually want it. They want it because someone else is wearing it.
That's part of the influencing
So,
culture. I'm
Yeah,
trying to say, like,
that's it. That's why I just want to see normal people. Like, that's why I'm like 50-50 on social media, just in general, because it doesn't portray the majority of life.
mm.
It's
But
like, it makes obviously the world is small anyway, but when you go online, it's even smaller.
Yeah.
So it looks like everyone's flexing, and really the majority of people with a 9 to 5, it doesn't really appear that a lot of people are flexing.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I feel like it's not even just so much, even just take away from social media. I think another thing that could affect you, because I think when I think of debt, yeah, of course, like I used to think, I feel like in our society, debt is, I would say, is like a, how can I put it, like a big business in it. Obviously, more that people get mortgages is considered good debt. That's not a, because again, but if it's managed right, if it's, you know what I'm trying to say, like, if you're not moving crazy with it, or if you're not, but debt in itself, yeah, like how I looked at it, like I said before, I never want to get to a place where it's, I'm drowning, where I can't manage it, you know, because that's not a bad thing. I think it's mismanagement of it that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the issue. So it's not so much debt. So I feel like, okay, cool. When people, especially when you learn about credit and stuff, okay, nah. Before I was like, nah, I don't want no credit card. This and that. Even my mom just said to me, get a uni, get overdraft, it'll help you. At the time, I didn't even want it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want any. I don't want no. Listen, I don't want no direct debit, nothing. Even to this day, I the thought of having a direct debit annoys me. But I know it's, but I see how this can help. Obviously, like when it comes to credit 101, okay, paying stuff off, build your credit score, all those kind of things. So it helps. But I feel like, okay, again, I know my limitations. That's why for me, I'm always like, okay, cool. Track what's coming out. Track, you know, okay, make sure, like, for me anyway, I'm not like getting myself into crazy. Listen, we've all I'm sure we've all had that. That's not the issue. Like I said, then it's just about how you managing it. Because I listen, when I was younger, there times when, like, oh, I can't really, especially like, that's what I wanted to say. Your point about social media, I don't think so much is about watching people on social media. Sometimes it can even be amongst your peer group. You might be like, your friends might be, you know, have good jobs, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And you might be like, oh yeah, cool, we doing this. Come, let's go out, man. You're thinking, alright, cool, but you know,
Yeah.
like, log into
But it's
the online
All
banking,
day.
like thinking like,
Yeah.
okay, you're thinking, okay, cool, okay, we're gonna go to this club, maybe I'm that's a bill there, this and that, this. Okay, let me go, bro. Like, it's long,
Yeah,
bro.
calculating
It's
to
long,
see if
bro.
man can afford
There's
tonight.
no
Yeah.
point.
There's no point.
There's no point. And I'll be honest, bro. I've had that where I'm like, I don't really want to
Trust
say, but I don't want to go because like, I'm short of pee. Like, but bro, it's okay, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, I'm gonna lie to you. Listen, that's yeah, funds are tight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
But again,
Yeah,
but I think
that's
I think it's like a culture thing growing up. Like, although
Like, you can't say
none
no.
of us come from money growing up,
Mm.
it's like you was kind of mocked for not having it. Like public, like if you kind of publicly made people aware that you didn't have money, it's like, rah, this guy's broke. But really, we're all broke.
Mm.
So what are we doing? Do you know what I mean?
That's
Because
the
in
thing.
theory, we're all broke. But if like, okay, if someone actually says, "Oh, right, I ain't got no money," like, rah, then you get mocked because, rah,
Yeah, and
saying that
do
you're
you know what it is? Yeah, and I feel like maybe as we're getting older, like, and especially given the times we're in with everything kind of going up, yeah. But we need to just okay, listen, be mindful of people. Like, okay, this person can't do it, and that's cool. It's not about being, oh, why can't you come? Like, bro, it's hard times, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? It's hard times.
proper guilt. Like, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, God, listen. I remember, what was it? On close day.
Yeah,
Always pressure at school.
bro.
Like everyone, like, okay, last year's school, and I remember,
Come in your own clothes. Do you not have that own clothes there?
I had that in school,
Yeah.
but not
Listen,
not
I
high
remember.
school.
Listen, I remember my dad. What was it? God bless his soul. I was supposed to be getting some Air Forces or something.
I remember you were vexed.
Guys,
You were
he
vexed, bro.
got me. When I tell you, he got me some next Reebok things.
Hey, you were vexed.
T90s.
All right, I ain't even turning up. Everyone's belling my phone. Like, yo, man, you coming?
Hey,
And I just felt embarrassed. You know what I
that
mean?
was
What?
jokes.
What? Because of the Reeboks?
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't turn up. Because I knew I was going to get rinsed. And again, but the fact that I'd rather just lock myself away rather than enjoy myself, I'd just be with my friends.
yeah.
The fact, do you know what I mean? So it kind of shows how kind of poisonous, you know, we can be at times.
bro, like that's something materialism had us in the chokehold, man. Because I remember for me, uncles, they was like, listen, this is my day to shine.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
make sure my trackies are on point. Like,
That's it.
you know what I'm trying to say? That's what it was about. But of course, like, and it's kind of crazy because I remember when I was young, I was just thinking people raw. I see people unclothes, they're like, yo, I see a man wearing jeans and shoes. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like, so what are you doing, man?
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
so it kind of, but and this is the thing though, like, it's so bad. Looking back now, it's so bad to like, who am I to say why you coming looking like that?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm trying to say, it's
That's
nuts.
it. Yeah. Again, unfortunately, I think it's one of those things you learn with age. Or I think if you come from a family with money
Mm.
and you know that you've got money, you don't really care. Like, again, when I look at my son's friends and stuff, now they just wear what they want.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? They just do what they want to do. But you can never question if they've got money or if their parents got money.
But
Because from a parent's perspective, when I talk to the dads, when I talk to the mums, and I know what they do, and I know that they hold
yeah, but
senior roles.
that's not a face value though.
No,
Something
but
to
I
say.
know they've got money.
Yeah, but that's because you've spoken to them. That's not like
Yeah.
that's not like literally just looking at them thinking they've got money.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that even if the kids continue to grow up, swearing whatever they want, they could never be mocked because they've got money. They've come from money. So they're not going to feel anyway. They go on holidays, they do stuff, they get what they want. But I think when you don't get things, that's what I'm trying to say. I think when you don't get things at home, that's when you want to show or seek validation from your peers. Whereas if you know you get stuff and you're doing stuff with your own family, I don't really think you feel the need
Yeah,
to
like,
actually impress your friends or people at school or people you don't know, because you know that, okay, well, we do this, we do that.
yeah, and
We've got this.
that's what I'm saying. That's why like sometimes you get into that whole